Refreshing water. Okay, we're finally live. Let me wait for a few people to join in the stream and then we can get straight into it. There's literally so much to talk about with this collection. I don't normally do live streams about like one collection, but with this collection specifically, it had to be done. But before I even start, I want to know, to the guys tuned in right now, what did you guys think of the collection? Peak fashion. I like that. The whole collection is fire. Okay. I just wanted to know what the general sentiment around this collection was. And then so he loved it. Yeah, same. Okay, I think we've waited for a minute. So now I'm just gonna kind of give you guys the backstory behind the collection, and then we're gonna watch it together. So my first thoughts is, personally, and you guys know I'm an Alessandro Michele fan, and if you're new to this channel, I've made a video about how Alessandro Michele changed Gucci. So if you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out. But even as far as Alessandro Michele goes, I think this is one of his best collections. Now, this year, Gucci is going to celebrate 100 years since the brand was created. So this collection specifically was a collection that was made kind of like an ode to the heritage of the brand. So in this collection, for example, everything about Gucci is in it, from things that are inspirations all the way to Gucci to Tom Ford's era to Frida Giannini's era, like everything's in. And then of course there's a Balenciaga collaboration, which makes it slightly more special because it's 100 years, which also, it makes sense that that could work because Gucci and Balenciaga are owned by the same conglomerate. Otherwise, it just wouldn't work. So yeah, first of all, obviously I'm like, we're going to watch through it. But in this collection, the first thing that's very apparent is we see a lot of like horse influences. We see a lot of jockey hats, a lot of straps that are very reminiscent of what like jockeys use on horses. And that is an obvious ode to Gucci. Funny enough, so Gucci's parents actually worked in the leather trade, but Gucci decided not to follow the kind of what the parents were doing, and he eventually found himself in London, and he worked at the Savoy Hotel. He was kind of like clearing tables and stuff, doing those sort of jobs. But when he was there, he started to meet like royalty. For guys who don't know the Savoy Hotel, it's like a 5-star hotel in England. It's like really fancy, really expensive. So he was meeting like people from high society. And one thing he realized was a lot of the people that he would meet, when he worked there, they were really into polo and horse riding. And that, when he eventually made the Gucci brand, he was heavily inspired by horse riding. That's why you have things like the horsebit loafers. Even over the years, there's a huge ode to just horse riding and horses in general. So that was an obvious reference. Of course, we see, if we talk of the Tom Ford era is like sexy, minimalist, but also maximalist in the way that sometimes it looks like disco partying clothing, which was kind of like the aura around Tom Ford. It was all about sexiness. It was all about partying. And then when Frida Giannini came, she kind of pared things down. But I think Frida Giannini had times where she surprised everyone, because Frida is known for some of her looks that had like crazy fur trims. And we also saw a lot of fur trims in this collection as well. So that was a note to Frida. But yeah, now after I've given sort of like a background, I want to like go through the collection with everyone. So let me just get that on the screen. And then I didn't even talk about the music. So I have a quote about the music. I can talk about that quickly as I put this on the screen. So Alessandro Michele was talking about how he feels like Gucci has a big intersection with pop culture, because in pop culture, whether we're talking movies or just popular music, a lot of people mention Gucci. So in this collection, because I can't play the music, which is why I'm saying this, there was a lot of songs, and he said he just picked some songs that say Gucci in it, and those were the songs that were played in the film, which is quite interesting. But obviously there's so many songs. I think I had a number. There's like, yeah, so there's 22,705 songs featuring the Gucci name. So of course they weren't going to use all of them in the collection, so they curated a certain amount, which is quite hilarious. I think I have a quote here that Alessandro Michele said himself, actually. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, so part of the quote was, "It comprises of a selection of songs that use the word Gucci, speaking to the staying power of the Maison and how profusely it contributed to the vocabulary of pop culture." So that basically explains it. Anyway, let's watch the video. So the first thing that's apparent in this, and let's just pause it here. So we can already see on the screen up top, it says Savoy Club, which obviously is an ode to the fact that Gucci worked at the Savoy Hotel. So that's from the get-go, from the jump, we already see that this is or like a celebratory collection. Someone said Gucci Gang. Gucci Gang was one of the songs. There was what's the song? Gucci Flip Flops. There was that Rick Ross song. There were quite a few songs, maybe like 5 or 6, that they selected. So here we can already see the horse references. I think for me, it's not even a fact that Alessandro Michele was referencing old things from the house. I think for me, it was how he referenced them that I thought was really amazing. I'm gonna see if I can get Hanan into this. Where's Hanan? I want to know what he thinks. So here, let me just pause it, by the way, so I can just point some things out. So here, clearly, is an ode to Tom Ford. Tom Ford, once again, was all about like disco. Hanan, hop into the stream. Tom Ford, when Tom Ford designed, he used a lot of sequins. Yeah, someone said it has the sexiness of Tom Ford's Gucci. Yeah, that's exactly this look. He used a lot of sequins. There's a lot of sparkles. I know Alessandro Michele has kind of taken some of that, and he worked from that era, so it makes sense that he would take some things from that time. So yeah, this is just like a clear ode to Tom Ford. I want to know, what do you guys think about the Balenciaga collaboration? Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, I'm setting this up. Okay, I think it's fine.
Welcome to the watch along. What were your thoughts on the collection in general? I know you loved it.
Oh, yes, that's my thought. I love this show. Number one, I love every moment that like fashion stops
Yeah.
for a single show, and like this doesn't happen often. Like the last time that it happened is like when Prada and Raf had their like show. But this is so good. Like everything that I need like was done properly.
Yeah.
So good. And like, yeah, I don't know if you caught it, but at the entrance of when the video starts, you see the Gucci look come first, and then
Yeah,
after that, you see somebody waiting on the side, and it's a reference to Balenciaga dress
yeah.
that Demna did. It is so good. I cannot tell you how much I like this.
And even just the fact that the jockey hat say Savoy Club, like
Correct.
he made it so obvious. Like,
And those necklaces, the Gucci and Balenciaga, like you're gonna see the
yeah.
every influencer, including me.
Even in the silhouette of a lot of the pieces, especially if you look at like the way a lot of the tailoring is shaped, like the boxy shoulders, the
Yeah.
cinch waist. There was one that was really obvious. I think it was from a 2016 collection of Demna. Um, and then
The
obviously the ones that were more obvious were the ones that just had Gucci prints and Balenciaga printed all on the same piece.
correct.
Which I'm not sure if I was a fan of those ones. I was
Well,
more a fan of the silhouettes that look Balenciaga or like some of the accessories.
true. For me, silhouettes were very Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Everything else was Gucci, and I like that. It's it was so good. My God, it was so good. That runway. I mean, look at the runway. It is so simple but so effective.
I know.
Come
Someone
on.
said the heart bag. Do you want to talk about that? We can talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, like first of all, I did not know if it was a heart or an apple, but it's a heart. But it looks like a Annie Leibovitz bag,
Yeah. A
right?
lot of people are speculating that, because this collection partially Alessandro Michele was talking about the influence of Gucci in pop culture and things like that, and the fact that Harry Styles had a huge moment with Gucci recently with the Vogue cover wearing the dress.
Yeah.
And Harry Styles has a big heart tattoo on his arm.
Oh, that's what it's for?
I don't know. That's what people are speculating. So a lot of people
Huh.
speculated that heart bag might be an ode to like pop culture and the Harry Styles moment, which would be interesting. But I feel like there's
I
more
don't
to it than that.
yeah, exactly. I don't
Yeah.
think I don't think that he's kind of relying on like Harry Styles for inspiration. No, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
You know,
It would
I
make
wouldn't
sense
take it.
with the whole pop culture narrative, though.
Sure,
Yeah.
but me personally, I don't. I'm not sold on it. Honestly, I'm not
It's like,
sold on it.
no, Harry Styles, you're not that important.
I mean, I mean, he's huge thing, but like, I don't think that like he's referring to Harry Styles. On me personally, but I could be wrong. That's
Yeah.
the dress that I was talking about. That's the Balenciaga dress
Yeah.
originally.
Yeah.
I
And
love
also, I
this.
like just a lot of like the fur trims was a big ode to Frida, and
Mhm.
I really love how he did that.
That and like
I
the
even
Tom Ford, so good.
yeah. Before I made this before I did the stream, I like quickly read through this like tiny Gucci book to kind of go through like Tom Ford's era and Frida's era again, just to
She was
remind myself.
well. I don't know how like she was. I mean, it's kind of hard to go after Tom Ford in Gucci. Honestly, it is.
And the
But
thing is, a lot of people don't really talk about her, but she was there for so long.
she was
She
there
was like
until
damn near there for like what, 10 years or something.
yeah, even more. I think. I
Yeah,
think
she
no,
was there
no.
for a long
I'm
time.
sorry. She was there for around like 8 years, 8 or 9 years. I
Yeah.
think there was one girl that was there just for 1 year, and her
Oh
name
yeah,
is
yeah.
or something.
No one remembers her.
Yeah, she's Serbian, I think. So I kind of take offense to that. But I'm from former Yugoslavia, so I kind of it's
I
not
need to bring that back because this was one thing I noticed that I thought was quite interesting. So that model, the way they styled it was as if the jockey hat is a bag. And I actually appreciated that. Obviously, it's not the most practical
oh,
thing to ever use as a bag, but I just like that styling.
I mean,
Um,
we're talking about Alessandro Michele, who has like a Mickey Mouse hat for a bag. This is right up his alley.
Someone said the Frida era was not memorable. That's kind of true. I think mainly because of how pared back it was. And I
Sure.
remember at the time she was roasted when Tom Ford left and it was her. She was, yeah, a lot of people did not like
Yeah. Well,
the fact that she just made it so simple. Everyone wanted like the jet set Gucci aesthetic. of
Even though
Tom
she
Ford.
did have a couple of nights, like her 2011, I think Spring is one of my favorite shows ever.
Yeah,
But you know, she tried too hard, and it didn't translate very well.
yeah. And I know when I think Frida's legacy, I think a lot is in the accessories. Like there was
Correct.
a bag what's it called, that she re-released and it was really successful. I've totally forgotten what the name of the bag is. If anyone knows in the chat, please remind. You know what? I'll look. 1 second. Give me a second.
But it was, I mean, like this, and you know what? After watching the Celine show, I'm so happy with camera angles and that they're showing me clothes. I love that. Like the video editing on this is so beautiful. Like I'm not getting a seizure.
Yeah.
I'm getting a seizure because it's so damn good.
Also, like how at the end they gave us some sort of like creative vibes. But
Correct.
what do you think about like Alessandro Michele? I'd like to see something different in terms of aesthetics, because that sort of like pre-Raphaelite Ophelia type of aesthetic in every single video is starting to get like a bit samey. It's
Well,
like, Alessandro, we know you love the pre-Raphaelites, but like
like calm down, bro. Calm down. No, I agree, and I think like he's on the verge of something new, because you know, like as much as I think the curse that he has with Gucci is that it succeeded so much.
yeah.
That's the thing, you know, like, so where do you take it from here when it's so big? You know, like Gucci is still #1 brand, even if, you know, they are coming up with so many collaborations, but at the end of the day, it is #1 brand still.
Yeah.
So now they're expecting him to follow that up, and it's kind of hard. So I think that quote is,
I
I'm
love
giving,
that. No. We have to pause it just so we can talk about. Wait, 1 sec. We're not going to let that moment just fly by.
please. I am
So
just
first of
name and
all,
organ.
we have the glitz and glam of Alessandro. Obviously, the Balenciaga silhouette. We've got the double G's going on. I mean, geez, if I had money, there's a lot of stuff I would buy in this collection. All you rich people watching right now, this is the collection for you.
Exactly.
I'm going to live vicariously through the rich people who buy it.
Like as far as that code goes, just name an organ that you need. That's it.
You're going to sell your kidney for that
Anything.
jacket?
Do you need 2 kidneys? I'm down at this point, because that coat is beautiful, beautiful, and the harnesses and everything. I mean, it's
Yeah.
so.
Which
What do you
obviously
think
is
about
all
the
about
nose rings?
the horse riding. I get it, because the nose ring it comes back to like the horse riding thing, and it kind of looks like a horse bit, but I don't know.
It gave me
I'm indifferent about it.
it gave me Riccardo Tisci, Givenchy 2012. I love that. It was so cool.
Okay, I got it here actually. So it's the Jackie bag that
The
Frida
jacket.
Giannini brought back, and it was really successful when she re-released it. But even Alessandro, when it comes to Alessandro, one thing I'm always really curious about is the accessories, because we know that's his like
Correct.
background. Before he became creative director, he was always designing accessories. So I'm always curious. That's why I really want to know the story behind those heart bags.
Yeah, true. I mean, what hair? You're not buying the Harry Styles story?
I'm like half buying it because it fits in with the pop culture narrative. This is another Balenciaga collab piece. And that too. That jacket actually did really well commercially for Balenciaga, but I think that
was his debut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that Balenciaga print on Gucci is just a bit too much, just like overkill.
I'm liking it.
You like it?
You can, at this point, you cannot show me a piece from this that I'm not gonna be like, well, I like it. It is the collection is just so good. I love that they're going genderless.
Yeah, it's really good.
They're going genderless, and I'm loving every moment of it.
The thing I think about Alessandro is it's always kind of been like that. Even from his first collection, it was Spring Summer 15, where the models, you couldn't even tell their gender really. They're really androgynous looking. And then guys were wearing like the pussy bow blouse, blazers. Also, I love that like oversized horse bit, like strap. That's really cool. But yeah, so he's always kind of been about the androgyny. And that's something I've really liked, because I think since Alessandro has been doing that since day one that he was at Gucci, it's quite clear that's his MO. It's not like now where like brands are trying to be like, we're so inclusive, we do genderless clothing now.
Bullshit. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's just good. I mean, like, this is what it. You know, like seeing like a show after a show, you're like, okay, like what else do you have to? But this show just like just delivered.
Yeah, it really did. It really
like,
did. What do you think about the GIFs that they provided instead of images? I find them quite annoying.
I hate it. I hate it. Because
it's like, can we just see the clothes?
Like the GIF doesn't do anything. A, it's slow quality. It's bad quality. B, it's slow. C, the app keeps crashing because of it. You know, like, just give me. I mean, like, we want pictures. I mean, is that like so hard to do? I love this part, dude. I love this part.
I love it. I still keep what I said though, that the pre-Raphaelites, like Alessandro, we need to see just 1 year. Give us something that isn't Ophelia, just once. Every time, green trees.
No, he is very that. But to be honest, considering what other people are giving me, stick to this, buddy, because this works. This is working for me day and night. I mean, like, this is, and you know what I appreciate? I appreciate slow motion.
Yeah, because you really got to see the details.
You can see these clothes. It wasn't like Celine, where I'm like, oh, beautiful castle. That's it. But it was.
Yeah, I've always loved Alessandro's Gucci anyway, but I think this collection in particular was really, really good.
But you are right. He does need to get away from the pre. I'm sorry. He does need to get away from the pre.
It's because I've seen it so many seasons in a row. It's just, at this point in like campaign videos, the Gucci has two types of campaign videos. It's either pre-Raphaelite, or you know when they have that like film look and it's like some party.
Yeah, or it was
in like someone's house. Yeah. Then like really fancy house that looks like it's from the French Renaissance, and then they're like all partying, and then someone's in a swimming pool wearing a Gucci suit. Like they only have those two types of videos.
He needs to get somebody like, just because I think that I love that top, that blue top was life for me. It was so good. But you're right. He does need something new. He really does, because like this is not gonna work forever. You know.
Yeah.
And the horses and everything. I love that shot. I was like, grab her boots before she goes to the head. The boots.
Funny enough, I didn't see a lot of like polo references, which I was expecting, because with how maybe Alessandro just decided to focus on the horses, because Gucci is like inspired by both things, horse riding and polo.
I was talking to Clubhouse with somebody. So Balenciaga is having a show in a couple of days. Do you think that they're gonna like show off any pieces from here? They
might do. I think they have the permission to, because it's under the same conglomerate, so they can do what they want. Like really,
that's
like
true.
I think it just comes down to like if Demna actually wants to do that or not. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get up Vogue. But guys, bear with me. It's really annoying because it's just like gifts.
But if you go on Vogue Runway, the website, and then like in the corner, like you can click something else that is not GIFs.
Really? Okay, I'm gonna see if I can find it.
That's what I heard. I did not test it, so we're testing this shit out.
We're testing it live.
Exactly. I think it should be.
No, all I'm seeing are gifts. The only ones that aren't gifts are the detail shots, but the full body shots are gifts. So I guess we'll have to go back and forth between like the gifts and the detail shots, just so we can get kind of like a longer look at each look in the collection.
I think that I might have a website for you where
That would be amazing.
give me a second.
So, guys, in the comments, what are your opinions on Gucciaga?
Gucci. Okay, I have it.
Okay, someone said Women's Wear Daily has still shots. Okay, I didn't know. I haven't looked at Women's Wear Daily today. Let me have a look on Women's Wear Daily.
Also, it's called L'Official. They have
Oh yeah. They normally post like the runway photos.
Listen to that, Eddie Sleman. There is places where we can see pictures. I can't.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. Oh, perfect. Yeah, Women's Wear Daily is perfect. Hey, someone said it's not cohesive enough for me.
Well, it's 100 years.
Yeah, it's not supposed. I think the point of it is not supposed to be cohesive. It's supposed to be like a collection that encapsulates like the whole 100-year history all into one. So it's I don't think it was ever going to be cohesive. It's like almost impossible to try and make something like that really cohesive.
Sure.
So yeah. Someone said LVMH is about to come out with Dior Vuitton.
You know what? I would not be shocked at this point. I would not be shocked at all. Do you know who's gonna have a blast with this? Like the how do you call it in London when it's like you buy fake stuff? There's a Canal Street.
Yeah.
Dude, they're going to live.
They've already been making the Gucci and Balenciaga collab. They've been ahead of the curve.
They had this since 2002. What are you talking about?
Oh my!
But I mean, like, I think, like, even people that are, the people that are going to create these like fake Balenciaga, like, we're talking about two guys that are trolling the internet. I mean, like, Alessandro Michele had a whole collection that says fake Gucci. You know, like,
I know.
So they're in on the joke, which I love.
They're embracing like the whole fake culture around Gucci because it just gets like ripped off so much.
No, the tailoring was beautiful.
I know. Just like all the little like even some of the models which I didn't talk about when the video was on were holding like horse whips and stuff. And there was even a model that like whipped their horse whip.
Yes, the white one.
Yeah,
I love that. I love that. Did you? I know that it is Gucci, but do you think that they went overboard with the jockey stuff? I mean, like, it is Gucci.
I do think so, because I think there's a lot of things that encapsulate Gucci's work. There's so many things that I thought they could have done. Okay, good example is like, so because Gucci was like lived in London. Gucci was so obsessed with like leather work in England that if you actually go and look at some of the really old Gucci accessories, like the luggage and stuff, it would say like made in England. And because he was so obsessed, so he would like sometimes make some of the leather work in England, which is funny because now made in England is not really like a thing. It's like made in Paris or made in Italy is like better, made in France. So I would have thought maybe, because I know in this collection there were like prints of lyrics by, I can't remember, a few, like I think Rakim and someone else, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. So if they're going to do if he was going to do little quotes like that, I would have liked to see some more literal stuff with Gucci, like maybe something that says "Made in England" on a piece or something like that. Obviously, they got the Savoy Hotel. That was very clear.
Correct.
Like we saw that on the hats. We saw all the horse references, which kind of a bit too much.
They make sense. I love that look. Dude, like that's what the top that left me breathless.
Yeah.
That was beautiful. And for me, this is
and even the collar. I just like the collar as well.
Yeah, this for me is more Balenciaga than Gucci.
Oh
You know,
yeah, of course it is.
the volume, like, but so good. So sculptural. Like this is going. You're going to see this in a magazine, definitely.
Definitely.
And about on top of it all, how many of these pieces are gonna be photographed so well? A lot of them.
Yeah.
So much potential here, honestly.
Someone said they heard there's a Lil Kim reference. Maybe that was what I was talking about, Lil Kim. I wonder what Tom and Nicholas are thinking right now. Yeah, I really like this look as well.
Yeah.
I just like the boots as well, which do kind of look like jockey boots. Jockey boots are normally like really high for starters. And they a lot of them have straps too. Which once again, I like it, but also kind of like overkill, like we were saying with the horse references.
But the more I look at it, more I'm fine with it. It's so weird. That's a that's a Demna look.
Yeah, this is literally. I've seen this look by Demna so many times. Just change the Gucci print and make it like all blue or something.
Correct.
It looks like those you know when Demna does those looks that are inspired by like what people wear in the streets, specifically what people wear in Eastern Europe, especially people that thrift.
Yeah,
does that a lot. This is just like pure jockey. Like like this is just like we're just gonna put jockey into one look.
If I could dress like this all the time,
the royal jockey.
This is so beautiful. This is so beautiful.
Do you reckon they're gonna sell like horsewhips? Those horsewhips?
Well, even better question. Do you think that they're going to make it exclusive?
In what way?
Like they're going to be like limited editions on stuff.
Maybe. Do you know something weird about Gucci, right? I never, well, let me not say never, but I rarely see Gucci runway pieces in store anywhere.
Yeah.
Like I always see the commercial stuff. I don't even know where you find the right, like all the stores I go to in London, of which there are many, whether we're talking like Selfridges, Dover Street Market. Dover Street Market still sells like quite commercial stuff, even though it's Dover Street Market, which you wouldn't expect. But there's a like Gucci section in DSM London, and it's quite commercial, to be fair. So I don't even know where you like find it.
Yeah, that's true then.
So I guess that already means it's like it's kind of difficult to get. I know Alessandro Michele said he's going to show it in Shanghai, so it means that the Chinese market will get first dibs on it.
Oh, really? He will show it first in Shanghai? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. That's smart, though. I mean, like...
Oh, someone even said it. You get runway pieces by Gucci a lot in Shanghai and Dubai. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. This suit, I think it's kind of an ode to Tom Ford because, you know, something that everyone was talking about was like the red suit.
Yeah.
And this is literally the same fabric, different color, same trim.
What is this, velvet? Color.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love this.
And then jockey boots, but make everyone know that you're riding your horse but wearing Gucci.
Word.
I really like this dress.
Wait, I'm getting to it. You do? I think I think this is very. I'm not a fan of the dress, to be honest.
You don't like it?
I don't know why.
I like it.
It's too graphic for me, and which I'm shocked to say myself, but I don't know. Something about it just seems off.
Someone said, not sure if this has been said, but noticed people online were saying they could see a lot of Celine references. Really?
I didn't get anything as far as Celine references go. Me personally.
Celine. Something funny actually I saw online was people were mad about like the music because it was like so Gen Z-esque.
Well,
But I mean, it's not gonna always be the old preppy brand. If you look at the reason why Frida Giannini stopped doing well commercially was for that same reason, because the market changed and they needed someone that would relate to millennials and Gen Z. And her Gucci was way too mature because it was so pared back, and it just wasn't going to work because Gucci customer is not the same as the Chanel customer. So if anything,
did you have an issue with music? Me personally, I haven't. I mean, like, it was the Gucci.
No, I didn't.
I think it was pretty good. I mean, like, it's, you know, they have songs that are mentioning the brand. It's 100 years of the brand. So I did not, especially the last song. I think it was like Die Antwoord, which is a South African brand. I mean, I did not mind the music at all.
I think people just wanted like older music. Maybe for some people it's too contemporary. I don't mind, because if you look at why Alessandro Michele was made the creative director, that's why. He's supposed to be the person that appeals to a younger demographic. So him using like Gen Z and millennial-esque type music is actually on brand.
True. I love this.
Yeah, I'm just actually trying to catch. I like how the straps and the fastenings are the horse bits. Even here, you've got one. I mean, Savoy Club.
The placement of the bag on the previous one is hilarious. I love it. I love this look.
Do you reckon, you know, like street style? Before we talk about this look, if I go back, do you reckon people are going to buy this just to like attach loads of different bags on it?
It's brilliant. I mean, like, it's so fun. It's so fun, and like, it has a reference to Gucci. It is just you know. I mean, like, people are looking into it too much, to be honest. And the look that you're showing right now, this is for that customer, the older type of a customer that still wants to buy something classy. You know, like, this is a beautiful look. I love this look.
Yeah. Someone said the music and sets did not match the clothes aesthetic.
That's interesting. I thought that for me they matched. I have to say that for me that they matched, because it matched the energy of the clothes, and the clothes was very much. The clothes was very strong, and it was young.
Yeah, someone wanted me to zoom onto the gloves. In a lot of the looks, actually, there were like these bedazzled, sparkly gloves. I feel like this year is the year of gloves. Clearly, we saw like the Prada, Dior, now Gucci, and also what's this obsession? I know obviously it makes sense with Gucci, but recently there's been an obsession with like horses in fashion. Like, I just reviewed Dion Lee's collection. You have the Celine Teen Knight's poem. You have now Gucci. Like, who next is going to have loads of horse references?
Chanel. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't need that. No, I mean, like, as far as like the runway and the set goes, the music and everything, it is very young. But you know, like, they're trying to keep their customers happy, and their customers is younger people at this point. You know, so
exactly.
And you're gonna see this necklace that guy had, the Gucci and the Balenciaga necklace. You're gonna see it on everybody.
Oh, 100%.
Everybody.
And that goes back to accessories, which Alessandro Michele is really good at, because commercially that's going to do so well. Every chain that has a signifiable like logo of some sort, like now we have the Vivienne Westwood chains that are like really big. And I know, like, in streetwear and street style, it's the Alix chain. So this is going to be like the Alix chain for all the like high fashion kids.
Yeah. This is such a Demna silhouette. It is a crime.
Yeah.
Demna
Does someone in the chat have a better backstory than us for the heart bags? The like those little heart things.
And if you start with the Harry Styles, we kind of
we kind of went through that already.
Yeah. I'm kidding. It's very Anne Leibovitz, honestly. That's the first thing that I got. But I wonder why a heart.
This is another Balenciaga collab piece, like just straight Balenciaga.
Yeah.
But I think in general, like even though the pieces that are seen as like collab pieces are like the bags and the ones that had the print, a lot of pieces in general in this collection just looked like Balenciaga, just like straight up.
Correct. Correct.
And the chains come in like different. There's some that's like a mix of gold and silver.
I mean, there are a lot of sellable pieces, honestly.
Yeah, really sellable pieces.
I like that top. I don't have the abs for this top, but when I buy abs, I'm buying this shirt.
Don't worry, the collection is not going to come out for a while, so
I have time.
we have time to work out
I have time
to build the abs for it.
Especially now, since like the gym's open, I guess, in UK.
Exactly.
No more excuses. No more excuses. No, I'm still eating. Screw that. I love that quote.
Oh yeah, by the way, to everyone in the audience, this channel is a democracy. So if you want to hop on and share your opinions, I'll share the link in the chat.
And
if you have anything to say, hop on.
And to everybody in the stream, the magazine is coming May 29th.
Yes, the Fashion Archive magazine issue 1. Thank you, Hanan, for helping me promote the magazine. I'm terrible at these things. Yeah, my magazine is coming out on the 29th of May. So everyone, please write it down in your calendars. I've got some amazing interviews.
For start, you should write that in your calendar.
Before I forget.
Everybody's like being like, hey, is coming up.
I've got some amazing interviews.
Okay, that look gave me a little bit, I'm sorry, I'm going to say this. The look before gave me droppy boobs.
The funny thing is, I actually see it. And now I can't unsee it.
Thank you. Thank you. We can move on to the next one. I just want to say that. That's brilliant.
These horse bit sort of like chokers. They're
harnesses.
They're channeling, the harnesses. They're channeling this like BDSM vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, I take it. I would take it like that.
Which could kind of be kind of like a slight ode to Tom Ford, because obviously Tom Ford was all about partying, and it seems like that's a very party appropriate thing. Like,
well, he did these harnesses, I think, like 3 seasons ago, when you had that like moving moving stage. He did the harnesses back then also. So
I don't think I remember those. What collection was it?
Let me see. That was the let me tell you just a second. That was the collection that was, I think it was 2020 spring. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, I got it here. Okay, that was fall 2020.
Yeah. Okay, someone said Tom did it first. Yeah, because like when I said it was I thought I've kind of seen it. I've kind of seen Tom do it. So that's interesting.
Oh, I love this.
The Gucci cape. The famous cape.
Like everything about this. Just like drown me in logos and that's it. And throw some sparkle.
I don't know why, but Gucci is the only logo that I don't mind. Like in terms of like an all over print, I don't mind. Like I would literally buy a Gucci suit that has an all over print.
That's true.
But I wouldn't do that for any other brand. I wouldn't do that for a Balenciaga print suit or like an LV print suit. Only Gucci. I don't know what it is about it.
It's I don't know why. It's like.
But then the LV one's classic, but it's just not the same.
True. That's true. That's the Tom Ford one that you were talking about.
Yeah. Someone said the Gucci and Balenciaga print hourglass coats are a necessity.
Oh, we'll get to those.
Yeah, we'll get to those. We're still like look 29 of 94. We've got some ways to go. Well, this is the hourglass silhouette just with the Gucci. So this is definitely the whole look is Balenciaga. In fact, in Demna's collection, it was styled that same way with the skirt and the tights and the heels. And like
this is like his debut collection, right?
Yeah. And he did it in
2020 where
he's done it in a few collections where he's had looks that look exactly like this.
Yeah.
And then this is what. So is this supposed to be that's interesting. So the next look is supposed to be the Gucci version of. It's almost like the same thing, but like just the Gucci style.
So
I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't even notice that watching the video. It's only now I actually noticed that.
And the rings on all fingers is very Alessandro
Michele. Yeah.
Okay,
Alessandro Michele is literally called Lord of the Rings.
That bag is going to be a bestseller.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Hands down. It's so beautiful. Somebody mentioned, why did they bring the bunnies here? Because the bunnies kind of in her hand. There's a couple of models that had bunnies. Or it was only her, I think, but bunnies don't react very well to strong lights. I don't know why they had that.
Yeah,
that kind of threw me off. But other than that, it was fine.
There must be a reason why they had them, though.
Because you know why? Because Harry Styles also has a bunny. Harry has 2 bunnies.
Oh my god!
I love this.
Oh my! This is like a merge of Tom Ford and like obviously the bralette is very Tom Ford. The trousers actually also very Tom Ford, but the top, the sleeves are very Frida because Frida used to use a lot of fur trims in that way. But then the lace center is very Tom Ford. So that's quite interesting because I think when people look at the inspiration, they look at it in terms of like, okay, this look is Tom Ford, this look is Alessandro, this look is Gucci, or this look is, but actually I'm starting to notice that there's looks in which you can merge aesthetics of all three.
That's true.
See, this is what I mean. This has a Gucci all over print, but I would buy this because it's not that loud, even though it has the print.
It's not in your face.
Yeah,
it's very subtle.
And the cut of it is what I like as well.
That's true. Okay, the next one I was kind of confused.
What, this one?
Yeah, because I don't get it. I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Well, Demna has made that jacket before for starters. So that's definitely Balenciaga, but not that design. Like he's not that like the stripes. I don't know what was going on there. But the style of jacket Demna has done.
I see. Maybe I close my eyes for that because I'm not.
This look, meh.
I mean, I could live without it, but it's nice though.
Yeah. It's not the strongest part of the collection.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say that. This is interesting. So these shoes. Oh
my god, that reminds me of like not nice memories. Like
it seems like every season they have to have like some dirty, trashy looking shoes.
Well, these shoes like you would have like I mean I grew up during like the war in Croatia, like these shoes, so it's like very Eastern European.
Yeah,
it gives me that vibe.
How do I say your name? Sorry, is it Assad?
Okay, yeah, Assad.
Assad. Okay. What do you think about the collection?
No, wait. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sweet. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, you were saying?
I was saying, what do you think about the collection?
I really like it because to me, this whole collection is Gucci's way of saying we're still relevant because you have all these cameras and this glitzy environment. You have a lot of sequins are in trend and rhinestones, but still you have that going on. You have an after scene where it's like a party scene. You're trying to show to the youth that yes, we're still hip, and the music also goes with that. And they've kind of just picked up every element of Gucci's history, like the English history, the equestrian themes, the Jodhpur boots, which are the right, not the boots, the Jodhpur pants, the Frida Giannini kind of style, the chevrons, the Tom Ford, the nerdy queer aesthetic that is Alessandro's. It has everything in that sense.
I agree. Even down to like accessories, like Hanam was saying earlier, the rings, very Alessandro. Obviously, a lot of the bags. Yeah, it's. I think we still kind of feel that it could have been more balanced because 100 years is such a wide range to have that many equestrian like references is kind of overkill when it could have been kind of a bit more balanced.
It's too equestrian, some of the looks, and some of the looks it just feels like it's a rehash of the old Gucci collections.
Yeah,
that have been there, so it falls short.
But question, like, what do we expect from 100 years? I mean, like, we're trying to.
I know it's hard.
That is numerous, looks that you can go through. So I think that we're kind of being unfair, to 100 years. Like, like it's kind of hard to mesh everything in one collection.
It's also that Gucci comes off as a fashion brand, but the fact is, for the 1/3 of its the company's running time, it was a luggage and handbag and shoes brand. It didn't have fashion. So trying to somehow incorporate that, our views are going to be biased.
Yeah.
I mean, even the ready-to-wear, that didn't come until way later.
Correct.
Because it was all about luggage and leather goods until after Gucci or Gucci, the company went into the hands of the family, and that's where chaos ensued. With all the
mystery.
all the controversy that happened with the family, and then it wasn't until like the brand was acquired and then Tom Ford was hired that then it started to be known for like ready-to-wear collections.
What do you think of look 42? Because that's kind of my favorite look, just because I feel like this can be really good for editorials.
Yeah,
because these are pants, these are trousers, and
Wait, which one is the 42 one?
The feather.
This look.
Oh, that one. Oh yeah, I like.
Yeah. A lot of rhinestones.
Yeah, true.
I think a lot of looks in this collection were like very good for editorial. Even what was the look we were saying earlier? It totally skipped my mind.
The suit with Balenciaga with the sparkly stuff.
Yeah. The blue one.
Yeah, that's gonna photograph beautifully. I love the whips. I mean, like, I think it's so cute, honestly.
Because normally things like that are just props. They never actually go into production. I'd actually really like to see them go into production.
Yeah.
Although we don't want to like encourage people just using whips on people just because it's Gucci.
Unless you have to, but then.
Yeah. Here we have like a rehash of a Demna look, but
this is my favorite.
Yeah.
One of my favorite looks from the whole collection.
I think difference being here is that, like with the tights, for example, it's Gucci, but then the top has the Gucci and Balenciaga mix. Before it was either the silhouette was Balenciaga and then the print was just all Gucci, or vice versa. Here, there's kind of like a mix between the two.
Well, for me, this look is it's Balenciaga. I'm not gonna say 100%, but 80%. Especially the top, the bottom, like remind me of the shoes, the thigh high boots that he would have. So for me, this is very Balenciaga. But this look is,
and then the gloves to match
is it for me. This is the look. Love it. What's the next one? Yeah, very like jockey, red and black, like playing.
Yeah,
on.
shoulder pads.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at the gloves even more because, like I said, a lot of the looks did have those. So next season we're going to see a lot of. This look was just like just Tom Ford. Where are you?
It's very interesting. They've put their high jewelry as well. Like maybe them announcing high jewelry didn't get as much traction as they wanted with the consumers, which is why they've put it on the runway. Like that's what I get from it. Because usually high jewelry is like a whole private affair, and this is not.
I still need to get to the bottom of these heart things.
Okay, so the Frida had heart accessories in some of her collections, if I remember. And
there we go.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Do you know what collection it was?
No, I remember because I was going through Depop and Grailed a while ago, and there are these old Gucci pieces that have like these hearts, but not these detailed kind of hearts, but hearts, and they have like the horse bit kind of chain, kind of embroideries or like logos and stuff. And I thought it was taken from there, and then of course, then Alessandro has used the heart again in during Met Gala's Gucci thing. So I felt like maybe he just evolved from that because he was a part of Frida's team. Like I think he was Frida's right hand. Like
he was. So even from like Tom Ford days, obviously he's been working at Gucci, like working up. So he was like accessories designer, and then under Frida, who was still accessories designer, but also had some say in like creative direction in terms of the collection. So then he was by the time Frida left, he was like in perfect stead, basically. Even though he got thrown under the bus because he only had how long to design that first collection?
Not a long time. Cannot remember how much, but it wasn't that much.
Something that I completely forgot about, like half the look. See, that's why we have to go through them one by one.
We're doing this.
We're taking it in slowly. I didn't even notice that had a zip like here and.
So wait, I'm sorry to go back to it. So the hearts are from Frida?
Yeah, like I've noticed them. I don't know if it's bootleg on because Depop girlies have a lot of bootleg stuff going on, but I have noticed it's like Gucci, Frida, Tom Ford. They just have a lot of keywords, and I've seen that before. So like when I saw the hearts, I was like maybe they just picked up those old accessories they had and used it.
Can anyone in the chat point us to a specific collection that Frida used hearts? Because I really want to know. I don't think I've seen it. I can't remember seeing it. But that's really good insight, though. Moving swiftly on. This is like every Alessandro collection. He always has like this like wacky ass print.
I know.
I'm like okay. Like okay. And also this kind of continues. What was that collection? It was quite recent. That was.
It was with North Face.
Not even that. Well, that had a similar print to this, the North Face collab. But there was a collection that had a lot of like stray jackets. Like the one that had a lot of controversy for like trying to fashionize mental health and mental health institutions.
Oh, the one
because a lot of the details.
The one that started with like a straight jacket or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. That was 2020. It was.
Yeah, because this has kind of similar details.
Spring 2020.
But yeah, this print is really really wacky. I'm not, but he does it every season though. He has really wacky prints. I'm just like, okay, Alessandro, we're just going to move on from that one.
No, I'm not a fan of that.
I think the issue is, you see this zip, it doesn't look very luxe. I think it makes it look cheap. It's like this piece here. It makes the
One
zip.
is
I
correct.
don't
Yeah,
know.
I agree. And it's random.
Yeah.
And
There is a zipper on. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you go for it. Go for it.
So in the video, there is a zipper thing on one of the finale lace dresses, which makes sense. It's really unique because it's a typical lace evening dress, but it has like a very utilitarian kind of large zipper, which is fun. But a lot of the other ones are very randomly just there that you don't.
Yeah. Oh my God, this print.
Yeah, these wacky ass prints. I'm not too sure about those. And there were a few of those in this collection. We're probably going to see a lot of the others. I didn't mind this one. It's not my cup of
Me
tea,
too.
but it's not as bad as the other ones, though.
Correct.
And also, obviously, what does really well commercially for Gucci is their sunglasses.
Sunglasses.
And I know a lot of people were talking about the sunglasses. I haven't had time to take in the collection because, like, I had sports when it launched. So I'm gonna go and look at like all the accessories soon. Like after the stream.
Yeah.
Wacky ass print again. Yeah, we're just gonna give this one a skip. This is quite interesting.
I was just
Reason being, I'm gonna need like a back. I want to see what the back looks like because I don't know if that's like. It feels like it's separate. This like sweater detailing.
I think it is.
And he's kind of worn a shirt and it slides. He's like wearing it, but you wear it at the front of your body and not at the back,
Correct.
Which is really cool. That is so cool.
Like that. I like that a lot. It reminded me of Riccardo Tisci and Burberry not so long ago. Or that Siren collection, the COVID one. But this is pretty interesting.
Someone said the sweater is separate. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really, really cool.
I love that.
And someone said the print is inspired by Tom Ford. Really? Because I've seen. Really? Because funny enough, I've seen I've seen similar prints by Alessandro Michele. 2, Tom Ford didn't really use too many prints.
Yeah. It could be like this. This needs a deeper dive, honestly. AKA, this might be a content for your next video. AKA, get on it. AKA, start reading that book.
Do you know what it is? I wanted my next video to be like a Gucci history video. Funny enough, I planned it from like weeks ago, and then this collection happened. So I was like, great. So I'm just gonna have to pause because I haven't gone that far. I'm still on like Gucci and like everything he did.
Yeah.
So I've not even scratched the surface yet. So I have a long way to go.
Considering how many books you bought the other day, it's like half of the library, and I'm like, go for it.
I bought 19 books.
You know what?
But it's because I ran out, like all the books I have, I'd like finished reading them, apart from the Balenciaga ones. And obviously we're gonna talk about that in another live stream.
Yeah.
So I was just like, well, I need more books to read, and I kind of got carried away and bought. You're not gonna read 19 at once. I was just being stupid.
You know, like hoarding books at this point is interesting because, like, I'm guilty of the same. The Beautiful Fall by Alicia Drake is still here, and I'm like, it's a 500-page book. Come on. But everybody says that it's good, so I'm like,
it's really good. It's very slow paced though. Like a lot of it is just like, why am I reading it? But it's good.
But I better be good for 500 pages. I'm like, do
you know the issue with The Beautiful Fall though, and it's an issue I have with a lot of fashion books that I've read, is there's 2 types of fashion books. Is ones that like go into the nitty-gritty of like the detail. So they spend loads of time just talking about garment details, construction, features. Whereas because of the way The Beautiful Fall is written, and not saying like well, it's Alicia Drake that wrote it, right?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, not saying she's an amazing author, but it's a lot of the information was just like storytelling to make the book really interesting, which I know a lot of writers do, so it sells. Yeah. But then me just wanting to learn about the fashion itself, you're starting to know about a lot of like mundane stories that you have to get through all of that to get to the meat, the meat and potatoes. So it's just a lot of books are like, even as you know, McQueen. There's like books ranging from Judith Watt's book that is like all about the details.
Correct.
To like books that they just talk about stories that aren't even verified.
Yeah. No, I see what I mean. It's going to be a good read, I hope. It better be.
Oh no, it's really good.
Yeah.
Trust me.
It's a lot of
really
just
good.
insight into how at least Alicia Drake's version of Karl Lagerfeld and Saint Laurent.
Okay.
And yeah, so. Okay, so it's called Tattoo Hearts, apparently, because I looked up this thing. It's called Tattoo Hearts for Gucci.
Okay.
And so they had like I think it's 2007 or 8. And there's a lot of different hearts with Frida Giannini's. And then if you look at the next two
Yeah. The heart print, right?
Yeah. And the next two collections she put out, the spring 2008 and fall 2008, a lot of the jewelry, like on Vogue Runway, the details are fuzzy, but a lot of the jewelry is heart jewelry. So it's like hearts on chains. So maybe maybe.
Yeah.
Could be.
That's amazing. That's a really, really good spot. I remember what at the end of the film, this model's hat came off.
That's you're so weird.
It's just the detail I just remembered. I was like, oh yeah, I remember when the model's hat came.
That is so weird. I love that color though. That color is just beautiful.
This is very showpiecey.
Gave me couture.
Yeah,
gave me couture.
Very, very showpiecey.
Yeah, it gave me Claire White Keller and Givenchy couture.
We miss Claire White Keller, actually.
We miss her couture.
Yeah, we can get into Givenchy, but Lord have mercy.
Yeah. God bless.
That's all I have to say on that.
That's a nice one.
Aunt Apple said House of Gucci is a great book. I swear, Aunt Apple's right. So every time I release a video, Aunt Apple's, whatever your real name is, always has amazing comments on like further reading in terms of books. I would like to meet this person and know what books you have and see your book collection, because it seems like this person is a serious reader of books.
Art Apples, I am contacting you later, just so you know. I wrote your name down.
Did someone say there's some Nicolas Gasquet influence in the collection with horse helmets? Nah, that's all Gucci or Gucci. I mean, I'm not saying Nicolas Gasquet hasn't done it before, but that's not why they're there.
It's in the essence of a brand.
It's the heritage of the brand. This is another Balenciaga piece, actually.
This is my favorite, actually.
I love this one.
Yeah.
Also. Especially the hat, because the hat has like the Roman, like a gladiator feathers. However you call it. This look was amazing.
And it's fitting because floral prints is something that Frida did and Alessandro continued. And Tom Ford did with denim. He was the one that started the floral prints on the denim. So having a floral print on a piece is very fitting in terms of like celebrating like 100 years, because it's been passed on from Tom Ford, from designer to designer.
This print is just beautiful.
This is Gucci's iconic print, right? They made it for Princess Grace of Monaco.
Yeah.
So it's just, and gorgeous. The bag and the shoes, the Balenciaga and knife boots with those prints. It's just
they match so nicely.
Yeah.
What's that? I never noticed that.
The bow?
Yeah.
Is it a bow? I think it is.
Well, it's tied into it, but I don't know what it looks like. A beaded necklace.
It is a necklace.
And then of course you just have another velvet suit, which was a feature a lot across the collection. Many different colors: green, red. Although this silhouette looks less Tom Ford than the others do. This is strange. Gucci sunglasses don't normally look like this.
So what does it say on the handle of a Gucci seats reclined? Do you say on the handle of a bag? It says
Gucci seats reclined.
That's
and it comes with a complimentary whip. To whip all your foes. No, I'm joking. This is nice. I also like the variation in the hats. I really hope that like a lot of this stuff goes into production.
Yeah.
Because I have a tendency to get really excited about things because I think I'm going to see them in stores and then I never do, which is quite anticlimactic. This was really nice. I love this.
Puts it like I at least in my observation, I've seen that Gucci puts it only like in new bigger markets, like where people are splurging on ready to wear more than bags and stuff. That's why I mentioned Dubai and Shanghai, because both places I've seen, and Dubai actually has one going on right now, which is like an exclusive collection by Alessandro with like a handwritten notes by him for because Ramadan is here, and they have like this whole unique prints that don't have on the runway, and this unique bags that aren't there otherwise, which is like,
That was a really good point you brought up because, like I said, I don't really see a lot of runway pieces in London, which is weird because you would think London is a big market for fashion. And with other brands, we get a lot of the runway pieces. It's just Gucci specifically. I don't know. Maybe their target market just isn't based in London at all. But yeah, that was a really good point. I love how Asad is our resident correspondent, Gucci correspondent. I'm loving this.
Gucci correspondent. The title.
Well, you've given him a title. I actually like these pants with because I was saying before the zips kind of have an effect of making the clothes look a bit cheap, but I like. Yeah, I like it in these trousers though.
Yeah, me too.
I think at this point of the collection, there isn't much to talk about because these pieces, we saw them earlier. The boots are basically across the whole collection.
Correct.
There's some pieces we need to see, like the nipple showers. These are just heavily sequined. At this point, it's just like, yeah, okay, we get it.
And then the next one is this amazing.
This is the piece you seem to really love.
Oh, it's so.
Oh, our Apple says I'll send you a mini vid of my fashion book collection on IG if you want tomorrow sometime. I have a few hundred. Yeah, it definitely seems like you have a few hundred.
Can you send it to me also?
It seems that way. Can you? Yeah, please send it to me when as soon as you can. I'm so curious to see it.
Well, you fuck my drag. Send it to me also. Send it to me also, Art. Please. This coat is just beautiful. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's a pure Balenciaga silhouette. I've seen it multiple times on that, but it's just the addition of
like the sequins and the logo.
Yeah.
So nice.
I think what I love about these type of pieces is they're very specific to a certain time frame, and it makes things nostalgic. It's like Iolo has a lot of pieces like that where he wears stuff, and I'm like, oh, that's Saint Laurent Paris, like Fall Winter 2013. I remember like where I was when I watched that collection and stuff. So it's like really cool.
And this is what I'm gonna wear at every gay bar ever.
This look here is for like ultra rich women like
Yeah.
ultra rich women who just want to look really sexy at home. It's very COVID appropriate.
Or for a good party in Berlin, try Soho.
Oh my god.
I love that brown suit. The beige.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
I'm trying to see if there's a. You can't really see. Okay, they are sequins. They are. So it's just covered in sequins. Wow.
Again, those shoes that you were talking about.
Yeah. These shoes are across the collection. I don't know. They just look like
Dirty shoes.
yeah, dirty. Like like European dad shoes.
Yeah, like
But I
these are the
think
shoes that you're gonna play soccer in. These are the soccer shoes.
okay, I think we can skip past that. Kind of get all these. Like we get it. Like he was just like, okay, let me just give you lace for a bit.
That's the same thing, pretty much.
Which is all just really Tom Ford. This I really loved.
Me too.
I really love this.
Didn't she have? I think Frida had a whole collection with the coats that were just had like fur sleeves.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Even so she's done one with fur sleeves. She's done one with fur trims. I have it here. I wrote it down somewhere. One sec. I have it in my notes. What collection it was? I'll tell you which one it is quickly. So it was Fall Winter 2011. Gucci Fall Winter 2011.
And this collar thing is so nice, just because he uses throughout the show. It's not attached to anything, but it just gives the look such a different vibe.
I really hope they don't sell those though. Like 300 euros for a collar, for a Gucci collar.
Somebody will buy it. If I had the money, I would buy it.
You buy a Gucci collar for 300 euros.
If I don't have to open up OnlyFans, I would buy it. That's it.
Did someone say the trainers are sending me to a bad place? That's hilarious. Okay, now we've got purple ones. Oh, snazzy.
Versatility, yes.
I think this is quite interesting because I'm just noticing the sunglasses now. He's changed the silhouette of a lot of the glasses. The glasses under Alessandro are supposed to be like really boxy and square, and now he has ones that look like the sunglasses that your parents used to buy for you when you were a kid. They look exactly like the same shape.
I'm laughing because I'm very aware of that situation.
The cheap children's sunglasses, they have that exact shape.
It's sad, but I mean, like, some people are gonna like it. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of these sunglasses.
Yeah, I prefer the like boxy ones.
Me too. Like, give me like square and like very, very like oversized.
Yeah, they do look kind of like Gats. Obviously, slightly different. But yeah, they do look kind of like Gats, especially the materials too. Are chunky sneakers over? Maybe. I mean, chunky sneakers might be over, but chunky boots are definitely not over.
Chunky heels, platforms, they're all
yeah. I think Hanan, you like this. Yeah, I know you like this.
Oh, I don't know why. I do, because this is that silhouette that we were talking about, like from Demna's 2019, and for me, this silhouette just sells the whole thing.
Yeah,
it and the combination of the logos of like Gucci and Balenciaga. Well, in fact, this silhouette, this coat comes in like gray, and then the Balenciaga has like black letters, and that's the original coat. But the coat is same now. It just has the Gucci print on it. I'm loving this one.
Yeah. What I really want is these like 100-year celebration caps. I hope it's attached to this like jockey helmet strap. That would be a cool detail.
I would love to.
There's so many opportunities for really good street style in this collection, but I know people are just going to still resort to like just buying the bags and stuff, which will annoy me.
The jockey hats are gorgeous, though.
Yeah, they're really nice. And then obviously this is Balenciaga jacket from Demna's debut collection at Balenciaga.
And I mean, everything's the same, but I think his was red.
Yeah.
His was red. Gorgeous.
Even the shoes. I swear the shoes were the same in Demna's collection.
Somebody on Twitter was pointing out on High Fashion Twitter, because they're so fast with it. That these shoes are from some Tom Ford's Gucci collection in 1998 or something. And
that's really cool.
Yeah, they had full photos of it, and they for comparison to show.
I'm gonna have a look at Demna's debut Balenciaga collection just to see the similarities, because I know he had the shoes there, which in that case would be like sort of like a double reference, which is quite fascinating. Let's have a look. We can move on as I'm looking.
Nice. Nothing to write home about, to be honest, but pretty nice.
I kind of like the vest detail.
Me too.
And the thing about this is there are so many different bags in this collection. It could be a commercial nightmare.
It depends on how they roll it out, because if you notice with Gucci, especially like compared to a lot of other brands, they have released like so many different kinds of bags in the past 2.5 years. And for a while they had the Marmont thing, which is like really popular because they banked on it, and then Ophelia, they banked on it, but then they had like 3 different kinds, and then Jackie. I feel like this collection has bags from all over, so I don't know how they're going to market it. Like, which is a bag you want to get from the season.
Yeah, which is why I said it will be a commercial nightmare, because what happens is when you have too many different bags in one collection, first of all, a lot of people forget. It just comes down to which ones you market. Those are the ones people remember, and then everyone will forget the rest. And then that will affect which buyers buy it to put it, or like even where you're going to put them, for example, which ones you're going to put where. So I think what's going to happen is we're probably not going to see majority of them, and only probably going to see like 5.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is quite sad. Radley said it was the first kitten heel for Gucci. Well, under Tom Ford. That's interesting. Yeah, this wasn't really much to this. I want to know what's written there.
That bag is
I
so
can't really
nice.
see.
There's like quotes that are on the back of the bags.
Yeah.
On back of the jackets, of some jackets also.
Yeah, I read somewhere that some of the quotes were a reference to like a rapper that rapped about Gucci, and it's the lyrics to the song. So that's one of the text references. Okay, Reddy said under Tom. Okay, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Okay, that combination of the necklaces, I am digging so much. It's
and then the G is a Gucci G logo.
Yeah.
That's a cool detail.
It's so cool.
That's really
That's
cool.
gonna be all over Instagram and Twitter.
I know.
it's the new Dior sneaker. Potentially. But
and it's so smart because you can make such a good collection, but then still have super commercial pieces that are really going to do well commercially.
That's true.
Which is, I mean, that's why Alessandro Michele is there. I really like that
He
belt.
showed this bag not the other day. He previewed this bag and
Yeah.
before, so that looks like a rhinestone harness, but it's part of the
Yeah.
shirt, I think. And the double collar, that's pretty interesting. Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Alessandro has done a double collar a few times. That's definitely his thing. And he likes collars with very like really long collars. Yeah, the really pointy, massive ones. Even last season he did those. There's even some of his dresses have collars like that too. We're almost near the end.
Yep.
Interesting. Oh yeah, that was the thingy bag, wasn't it?
Yeah,
the
that's
Balenciaga bag.
bag with the Gucci print on it. That's me. I love the exaggerated hips on that one. I love that.
Yeah, I think because a lot of the models that were styled wearing it too were women.
Yeah,
so it's good just to see a guy wearing it because it actually looks really good.
True. That's true.
Quintessential Gucci suit, horsebit belt, detailing, rhinestones for years, kitten heels.
I hate this piece for some reason.
Which one?
This one, the current, this.
Yeah.
The fit is weird. This is the best way.
Yeah, it's not
very. Yeah. Like individually they look cool, but that fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think when you have 94 looks though, I mean, geez.
I mean, not every look is going to be a winner.
Also, you know, when I saw this skirt, it made me think of Balenciaga a lot because Demna has done a very voluminous pleated skirt, and it was gold. I think it was gold. Yeah. But yeah, that's literally
would you
every single look.
Do you think that this was a good closing look?
No.
Right? I think that there was a lot
personally,
stronger looks.
Yeah, there were. I need to see Harry Styles in this dress. Is that the thing now? Just put Harry Styles in like every Gucci dress and call it a day.
I need to see Salma Hayek in this dress because, oh God, she needs a good dress.
That woman needs somebody she needs, please. And the worst part, like, she's married to the guy that owns all these brands. That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't get. Yeah. But to be honest, her body proportion, you know, like she's got a huge breast. That's not easy to style. You know,
true.
So, but do something.
But she can get one of the brands to have it custom made for her.
Exactly. So it's not like she knows the guy. She sleeps with the guy. It's her husband. I would be like, dude, if you want to get this marriage to work, let's give me some custom shit.
Did someone say it should have been 100 looks? Oh yeah, that's true. 100 years, 100 looks.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
That's true though. I agree with that.
So all in all, what do guys in the chat think about this collection? Asad, what's your overall take on the collection?
It's the same, but again, it's like an 8.5 out of 10 compared to the previous few Gucci collections because it's a little over the place, and also I know it's gonna boil down to everyone talking about the Gucci Balenciaga pieces. Like nobody's gonna discuss anything else, and they know that very well.
Yeah,
I think Gucci's aware of this, so I just don't think it's gonna have that kind of like 100-year impact the way they're going for it. Like I feel like they could have gone another way. I like the end video. Like if you've seen the video, the way the last
Yeah, yeah,
segment
yeah,
is, like that made a lot more sense, to be honest.
yeah. We were talking about that earlier. I'm not sure if you're here. When we were
No, I
talking about.
joined midway through, right?
Okay, yeah, we were talking about. It's going to be up anyway, so you can rewatch it. But we were talking about
Yeah.
how we liked it, but I was also saying that Alessandro has this tendency to like overuse pre-Raphaelite aesthetics, and like I'd like to see a different type of film from Alessandro because I've only ever seen two types. It's either we're in an old French Renaissance house and everyone's having a party and celebrities are in the swimming pools and everyone's drinking drinks and it's like a film look, or we get the pre-Raphaelites. And outside of those two, I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah.
I feel like this would have been a good time for Gucci to have banked on, because they were doing 100 years. I kind of expected them to touch upon the fact that in around 1940s to 60s, they had major expansion in the East. So I thought maybe they would partner with like Chinese or Korean or Japanese creatives and come out with these 4 or 5 limited pieces, and or like do something like a Hong Kong cinema kind of thing, like Saint Laurent did. Though they didn't promote it well, I think Saint Laurent didn't promote it at all.
Yeah.
But like I thought they could have played with the idea of how they've done it. See, this is great though. Somewhat.
Yeah.
I love this part.
Yeah.
I think the video is just like it's just good. I mean, like like
Really good.
the production and everything. The runway is so beautiful. But to be honest, it's hard to squish 100 years in one runway. So like it's a huge task, and I think that they delivered. And this like Gucci garden at the end, it is just it's beautiful. It's very it's very very Alessandro Michele, but it's right.
Yeah, when it comes to 100 years, there's no way you can encapsulate everything, and you're always going to leave things out. Like I know earlier we were saying that instead of using all the like horse references, you could have done some other Gucci stuff. Like Gucci was heavily inspired by polo. We could have seen more polo references, or even just him living in England and being really inspired by leather artisans in England. We could have seen more references to that. So it's really, but either way, I still don't think that should be a knock on Alessandro because 100 years is really hard to encapsulate.
There's that moment.
The famous moment of the hat falling off.
That's hilarious.
That's your favorite coat.
Yes, I mean, like I have so many favorite things from this collection.
Those are the trousers that Assad likes for editorial.
They look great if you had like a satire kind of a editorial. You had the Givenchy horn heels, those feather bands, and you have like I don't know. I'm going off a wing here. Someone will do it. We don't know.
But you're right as far as like the, Ophelia feel. It does. It's getting a bit tiring. I hope they come up with something new.
All that's missing is we just need a woman in a white dress lying half laid in the water just to complete the look. In a white Gucci dress.
They have done that. I
know they have.
Yeah, that's the issue. No, but I think that he's gonna come out. Because like the thing is that he had such a huge boom, and literally Gucci is the most famous brand at this point, honestly. And it's been like that for a couple of years now. So where do you go after being on top? That's the thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what he does, honestly.
I just think it was so good for the brand, like you were saying, because I feel like the past collections haven't been like like a lot of people haven't really talked about it. There haven't been like looks that really catch the eye. It's just, Alessandro has an aesthetic, and it got to the point where he started keeping to it a lot. And then it got a bit like people stopped caring. And then the one time that people cared was when he made the collection with the stray jackets. and then people just cared to cancel him essentially.
Yeah.
I never got that. I always felt like that felt like a laboratory where fashion designs are happening and people are just going. Like I didn't take it that way. The Burberry News one was more mental health.
Yeah,
Like if you've seen it, the Burberry had this hoodie that they removed, which had a news, which
yeah,
that made more sense.
that was really controversial.
Can you put the link in the chat? Dami wants to jump in,
Yeah.
please.
Let me send that. Anyone else that wants to join in and give their opinion on the collection, by the way.
Dami,
Today is Gucci Day.
If you do not do an introduction like you do it on Clubhouse, if you don't do an introduction, do not come.
While we wait for Dami, Asad, like, tell us more about you. Because I actually loved your takes. You must be really into fashion. Well, clearly.
Yeah, well, I'm a fashion communication student. I applied for St. Martin's. I got intimidated by the process. I left it. I'll do it in masters. That's a problem for future Asad.
No, why? Why did you get intimidated?
Because when you go through the list and you're just like, I have to sit down and actually think about this. Like, no, let me just apply other places. And then on a suggestion from my mom, I went back to India to do a NIF Delhi, which is like India's best fashion institute. And
that's
just
really cool.
because over there you get a very ground roots idea of how things are. Like we visit factories where Tommy Hilfiger is made in basements and stuff. That is atrocious. And you get to see like the production side, like how Versace dresses are made in Mumbai, the runway ones, and then change labels and sent. There's a lot of stuff you get to see. So
yeah,
I like that.
practical experience and knowledge.
Yeah.
Very hands-on.
That's really cool.
But so I'm a fashion communication student there. I'm in my third year. I post my thoughts on Instagram stories about collections because.
What's your Instagram? I actually follow you on Instagram. What's your Instagram?
I followed you. I follow you from my fashion account, which I just used to follow all the fashion people. But my main is scripted artist because the Instagram algorithm is terrible. So I made a separate account just to follow fashion people so I can see that stuff.
Scripted artist. Is there like a different way to spell it, or is it just like normal scripted artist?
Normal scripted artist, like no space. So yeah.
That's so cool.
Because I've been watching your videos for a while now. I think the first one I watched was. Which one was it? I think it was the one about the magazines. Which magazines like are?
Fashion magazines. Yeah.
Yes.
That's an old video. Wow.
Yeah, and I really liked it because, again, it doesn't go into this magazine is just full of ads or this. No, like there is a nuance to the whole thing that print is not fully dead.
Yeah.
It's or like magazines have a different purpose now. I just really liked it, and then I started. So and I follow. I deserve Kuchu. I don't know your name, but I follow you for your memes because they're quite gold.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Lovely.
Art Apples is hilarious. Art Apple said he saw Aria marching to CSM wearing Rick Kiss boots and Rick Tent and got intimidated. What did you because communication at CSM is like 3 pathways. So there's like journalism, FHT, history and theory, and FCP, which is like like promotion, which is more like photography. Did you know which one you would do? Like when you do MA, which one would you prefer?
I want to go for promotion because I feel like I'm not entirely intellectually smart enough to go for the journalism bit. Or like,
that's not true. Don't say that.
I'm not diplomatic enough. I go straight to the point with people sometimes, which I know will bite me. So I want to go into the fashion promotion because I do like image making, and
that's amazing.
There's a lot of. I want to incorporate a lot of neo-South Asian themes, like neo-Indian, South Asian in general themes, but in a very modern way. And I'm figuring it out. It's a process, but I want to apply for that.
That's really cool, though. No, I think you'll do really well, personally. Like, you know your stuff, you do your research. I like that.
Thank you.
Dami, hello there.
Isn't that the guy from the Clubhouse?
Yeah, this is the famous guy from Clubhouse, guys. Oh my god.
What's up, gang? This is Voices in Fashion, and
You mean you're literally the most famous contributor, and then so I don't know what you're talking about. You're in everyone's room. You're me back in January.
Exactly.
You're in every fashion room.
I mean, listen, I don't want to I don't want to say anything, but it's not that they're writing about me and my quotes in CR. So,
they're writing articles about you, bro. So Demi, what do you think about the Gucci collection? What were your thoughts? Give us the rundown.
Like, first of all, Gucci isn't my taste normally. Like, I don't look to Gucci.
You're more of a Dior person, as far as I know, right? I know you like Dior, yeah.
Dior, Dries. Like, when I look to my maximalism, anyways, it's definitely a Dries. Or like, yeah, it's more so of that type of ilk. But with not Dior, the heart. I don't know what that is though. I just saw it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, Assad. Luckily, he took us through it with the Frida Giannini prints. So Dami, yeah, you can watch it back, but yeah, from Giannini prints.
Yeah, that's super dope. I like that. So Assad, you got the knowledge out here. I like to hear that.
Thanks.
I like to hear that. That's good, man. That's good. Where are you from? Wait, I should be.
I'm originally from India. I spent my time usually in Dubai with my mom, but otherwise I stay in India, like Delhi or Mumbai.
Nice.
That's really good. All right. And you're going to fashion school, I imagine.
Yeah.
Look at Demi. He's like he's on an interview, and he's like, and you went to fashion school, right?
Sorry, my bad. I'm comfortable, and I feel.
He's like, talk a little bit more about yourself while I do.
I'm sorry if it feels like that, but I didn't come in here to present for enough and I like it. But yeah.
Well, as long as the skin is fresh from the other day.
No, sorry. Yeah. I apologize.
No.
How old are you?
21.
he's interrogating.
I want to know about the new.
Don't answer any more questions. This is getting.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Did you guys not ask these questions? I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
No,
we didn't ask him for his social security.
We just asked him what like his background is in terms of like fashion, because obviously I just wanted to know, but not his age. Like,
so what's your social security?
No, there's people in the audience. You introduced the guest. Everybody knows everything.
Okay, everybody in the audience, ask a question that you want to ask Assad, because obviously, ask Assad.
The last thing I was going to ask was you to drop your ad.
We're kidding, Assad.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, Assad, if you could put your Instagram in the, that would be really good, so people can follow you.
In the YouTube one? Okay, hang on, because I closed that because the audio was.
Yeah. So long as when you open the YouTube tab, you mute it. That's the only thing.
I can't believe it took me till now to figure that part out. Wow.
Basically, you guys have gone through the whole of the Gucci collection, I'm assuming.
Yeah. We've gone through the video and all the looks like separately. So you want to know like your just overview. Have you've seen it, right? Let
me get the Vogue runway up. Not really. Like not look by look. No.
Yeah.
I'm just getting the Vogue runway up. I was kind of stalling, asking Assad questions, but obviously my professionalism wasn't allowed to take stupid. But yeah,
you can put it back on the screen because, like I said, this live, we're just gonna keep talking about Gucci.
Right.
Cool. Alexa,
because obviously we're talking about tomorrow.
Yeah, guys in the chat. What are you guys' like overall take on the on the collection. And also, if anyone else wants to give their thoughts too, let us know.
There's 94 looks.
Yeah.
Correct.
See, that's crazy. I didn't know that. Wait, did Hannah just have a conversation with Alexa? Are we just like overlooking that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. I was just wondering, like, if we're gonna overlook that or what we're gonna talk about.
I told her to turn the lights on.
He had a whole conversation with Alexa. I was so confused.
It was very excited.
Second. That's funny, Wait.
Linda from the accounts department said, Dior is big into the pre-Raphaelites aesthetic. Yeah, Maria Grazia Turi is. Not so much Kim Jones, but women's wear, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm talking about men's wear. I'm a man.
Yeah.
I happen to wear it.
He said, I'm a man.
No, I said I happen to wear men's wear because not all men wear
Yeah.
men's wear. You know what I mean?
What did he? I'm choosing Camberwell over CSM for my first year. Camberwell is really good though.
Underrated.
Really, really good.
Underrated.
Camberwell's really, really good.
How is CSM though? Like, how's the student body? How is it intimidating or is it?
Okay, I can give you the rundown on CSM. Well, my experience so far, because I'm still in like my first year, but we haven't had a lot of in-person lectures because of COVID. So it was only the first time I got to like go in. First things first, looking at people's outfits is very fascinating because everyone dresses like crazy, which is so good. In terms of my course, it's really hard, which I expected because it's a journalism course, but like what they expect of you is even more than I expected. Like they really, really expect, like if you write about something, they expect by default that you read every single thing around it. So say like I was to write an article about, let me just think of something random, like shoes. Even if I made no mention of like, let's say loafers, even if I made no mention of like the history of it, because maybe the article is not about that, we have like crits after every project where we have to like present our work in front of everyone. And then you get questions. So they would ask you, so when was it invented? Who was the first designer who made it? Where in this country, in this year, what was it? And like, if you get any of those questions wrong, they will question you why you don't know that. So like, I've gotten into a habit now. Like if I write an article on something, I read so much about it. Like, for example, we did a zines project where we all picked a designer to make a fanzine on. So I did mine on Tebe Magugu and I got to like interview him and stuff, which was fun. But I read about 4 books just to write an 800-word article, but for that reason, because I know what they expect of us. So it's kind of just, it's hard, but it's fulfilling and you learn a lot.
That's good.
But Tebe is a great designer to pick also. His work is very scholarly.
He's amazing.
And commercial, both.
So
it's
I like what books would you read? Did you read for Tebe? Like what did you read?
Okay, so there was a book, Life Inspires, Jonathan Answer, which was the direct inspiration for the Spring Summer 20 show.
Mm-hmm.
So that was like by default. There was a Rian Milan book. Oh, what's it called? I have my research doc anyway. I can open it up now. Which was about like growing up in apartheid times. Most of them were about like South Africa style and apartheid times. Because those are 2 big inspiration points for Tebe Magugu's work.
There's books about South African style.
Oh yeah, there are. Luckily,
book.
my lecturer is like South African, so she could lead me in really good directions in terms of that project. Yeah,
I'm trying to find all the Nigerian ones, and like there's bare, but they're all like some of them are fluff and stuff, which is hard.
Yeah, that's the problem. I like being recommended books from my lecturers because if you just like look for any book on like South African site, you might find some really terrible ones. And you have to
wait. It's Judy, right?
Judy
is South African, right?
Judith, what? Yeah.
Judith, yeah.
She is. Funny enough.
She lived there. Is she actually like? Is she from there?
Yeah,
Like,
she's half. She's
Yeah,
half.
she was born there, I think, or something
Yeah,
like that.
she's half South African. Yeah, which was a shock because I didn't know
I
before.
thought, like,
Yeah.
I know British people went there in like the 80s or something like that to teach and whatnot, and then after apartheid, like then people came back. I mean, after the separation.
Okay, I've got my books. So the 4 books I read were Jonathan Answer, Betrayal: The Secret Life of Apartheid Spies, which obviously was Tebe's inspiration.
Spice collection, yeah.
Yeah, I've got Rian Milan, My Traitor's Heart. And that book is basically, Rian Milan is like a South African journalist, author, and he's kind of like exiled from South Africa for many different reasons that I won't get into because this is a Gucci live stream. But yeah, it's a really good book on like apartheid times and like the realities, especially like the bad realities of apartheid. I read a book by Trevor Noah. He's a comedian, but it's called Born a Crime.
The one from the Daily Show?
Yeah, it's called Born a Crime, and it's basically him talking about his obviously experience being born a crime, being a mixed race child in apartheid South Africa. And then the last one I read was Jack's Paw, Into the Heart of Darkness: Confessions of Apartheid Assassins, which is quite self-explanatory. So yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
Great.
I've seen.
Very comprehensive.
Switching gears, and I need that. I need the list. Do you have a list? Do you have the book with the pictures there and like with an essay?
Yeah. Don't worry.
Yeah, send me that one, please.
I'll send it to you after the stream.
But just to switch gears, because obviously we're professionals, you carry on talking. I actually really like the collection. Like, obviously, the ones people pick to show us are like outlandish ones, but looking at the collection here, like one after the other, picture by picture and stuff, it's actually like really good. The video itself may have been an eyesore to watch, and like just like all of the flashing lights and all of that type of stuff. And after 4 looks or something like that, you can get a bit nauseous because you're seeing so many looks. But the reality is the collection is really good. Like, I really like the collection. Does anyone like contradict that? Because I would like to know whether.
No, we don't.
Well, yeah, most people liked it.
Yeah.
I did, at least. So yeah.
And it's doing up 70s in the way that I would like to see the 70s. I don't know whether anyone saw that, but for me, like when you start using all of the abstract art and expressionism and using different and even like surrealism in some aspects as well, like it's, for me, it's just like it turns it on its head. It turns the 70s on its head, because I know we're still stuck in the 70s after these past like couple of years, but this one is like more refreshing. It's just like more today. Like if someone's getting inspiration from 70s, a lot of the ones that I've seen are a bit too on the nose, but like with the big lapels, but like also the silhouette is so cinched in, and so it's partially 90s again, and then it comes into today's era with the way that it's tailored on the arms. Like, wait, let me actually see the looks. So look 28, right? That suit is like big lapels. Obviously, you got like those type of suits, and then the power shoulders. But then it's like red velvet, and it's all maximalist, but at the same time, the way that's tailored on the arms, it shows you like just what being today basically. And I feel like that suit, as in that same sentiment, is followed through on most of the suits. So like whether they have the shoulders or not, it's like, okay, we're doing the big shit. See, this is where I flop in my explanations, because in suits in the 70s, they have this big crossover, right? And I don't know whether anyone knows what I'm talking about, but like suits today, they fold here, right? But suits in the 70s, they folded like that. And I don't know whether anyone's seen that detail. It's on look 34 though. And that little detail, outside of everything else, is like a statement in the 70s, right? But on the suit, it's quite minimal in like inside like the 70s lens, because there would have still been shoulders, there would have still been the big lapels, there would have still been all of these, but it's the standardized cut. And obviously it's just like it brings a different airs out to you and stuff like that. Same shit with the one in 37, etc., etc. I'm still looking at the looks, by the way. But yeah, like there's
Yeah,
so
you've
many.
got a lot to go through.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like you know me, like I like to just like my eyes are just
Question:
Yeah.
Do you miss a regular runway? Are you tired of the videos of like?
I mean,
like
it's not
trying
like
to produce.
yeah.
well, I've never been invited, first of all, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Whether
I mean, I've never been to a Gucci show anyway.
No,
So.
I mean in a sense of like watching the show, you know, like even through a video, like watching the videos of like a regular runway.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, versus the overproduced.
The runways can be exciting because, like, with the runways, first of all, the video doesn't come out when everyone sees it. It comes out way after the collection has happened. So, like, you're going on Instagram looking at like Tim Blanks' story to see what he's filmed at the show and stuff, and that kind of brings some excitement to it. So I guess that part is lost. But I also do like how it's kind of been democratized a bit, where we all kind of see the same thing and we all have access to all the same information. Well, not all the same information, that's a lie. Because some journalists get to interview like designers, but outside of like big publications, for the most part, yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, like me, I like the new normal, but like when runways come back, it's gonna be like a new element, isn't it? So
I think they're going to be massive. I think the first like Paris Fashion Week or Milan Fashion Week that's like open for everyone to come after like post-COVID is going to be huge, because people would have like been craving to just like go to a fashion show.
It's gonna be like those people on your video from like the 90s when they're like
people jumping over fences.
It's gonna be much like that.
I feel everyone should do that Pierre Moss's show.
That was such a funny video.
Wherever that show comes out, everybody needs to be there.
Pierre Moss's shows always touch me. Obviously, I know the stream is about Gucci, but we can detour.
Sorry. Yeah.
We can but Pierre Moss is like wow.
Thanks.
Like even I was watching a documentary about like hip hop style, and they talked about like Pierre Moss's like the cultural significance of what Pierre Moss is doing, and honestly, that actually really touched me.
Yeah, his shows are like on a completely different level than anybody else.
Yeah,
like completely different.
The production is
everything. I'm happy.
Did Pierre Moss do a new collection recently or something? No, right? It's supposed to be September.
But
he's releasing something soon. Yeah.
Yeah, I just realized something. Switching the gears back, because obviously, man's a me.
What documentary? It was on Netflix. Hold on, let me get it up and I'll type it into the chat. It was like, I think it's called Hip Hop Style the Remix. Basically, it's like a documentary on the evolution of hip hop style, all the way from the days of Dapper Dan, all the different stylists that worked, Lil Kim, and then it goes into like the new school, and they're talking about Pierre Moss and like breaking down the cultural significance of like what he does. Really good. Yeah, it's called The Remix Hip Hop X Fashion. I'll just type it in there. But you can find it on Netflix. It's so good. I actually employ everyone to watch it, because a lot of people like underestimate how much hip hop influences like high fashion. So they give you a lot of clear examples in that documentary.
Yeah. Like have you guys seen like the Vogue runway? Because everything is a gift.
Yeah, like gifts.
Yeah.
We went on Women's Wear Daily to go through the looks, because Vogue runway is just like gifts.
Because their pictures don't move.
Yeah, that was genuinely like.
Who would have thought?
The GIFs are low quality. It's so frustrating because you can't zoom in to see.
You can't zoom
It
in.
is-
The quality is awful. Like, and it's not. Ugh, you cannot even take a screenshot.
Wait, is this
If you take a screenshot, it's just going to be blurry
Exactly.
mid motion.
Like, it looks like the quality is like not like what, like 270. What was the quality of the video?
Oh yeah, wait, you guys use the air.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Using the app has to be. But yeah, what did you guys think of the collection? I know you guys have already said it. Like,
It was
Yeah, we can give an overview, but don't worry, Dammy, you can watch it back. Well, I'll try not to make this stream too long, so it's something that people can watch back.
yeah.
You mean 7-hour streams do not.
Well, the 7-hour streams, I just like put them on Patreon. But anytime like this one, I'm gonna leave up. I have to make sure it's not too long. So we'll cut it at max 3 hours.
Exactly.
I feel
No,
you.
we like the collection.
I feel you. I'll be I'll be.
Someone said, in my opinion, Casablanca did Gucci better than Gucci.
I ignored that.
Nah, I don't agree.
Casablanca had a pretty good collection.
I ignored.
They did. They didn't do Gucci better than Gucci, though.
True.
I don't need to say that. I think Casablanca's collection was very much a piece of me without, because that whatever that person just said was flat out. Anyways.
But then you came in and said that Gucci already isn't really your taste to start with.
It's not. They can't do Gucci better than Gucci. That's like an absurd statement. I want one of these Gucci
Opinion
suits.
letter? It's his opinion. Fine.
Sometimes people, never mind. I was going to say something.
Oh, sorry, Art Apples. I didn't answer this question. What did you think of the Gucci songs? Once again, if you read, like, Alessandro Michele did a few interviews that I read. I think Women's Wear Daily interviewed him. There were a few other publications that interviewed him, and he was talking about the influence of Gucci in pop culture. That was the whole point of, like, a lot of things that happened in the collection. So in terms of the songs, it was just kind of proving that Gucci is relevant in the world of today. So that's why they played really, like, recent, like, poppy sort of popular songs that everyone, young people know. Bad Baby.
Bad Barbie. Bad Barbie.
Yeah.
Is it Barbie? I thought it was Baby. It is Baby. Sorry.
Baby. It's the baby, and then there's the Bad Barbie.
Yeah.
Mr. Journalism. Maybe you should read a book about her.
I'm definitely not reading any books about her.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, who else was it? It was Gucci Gang.
It was
forgotten who.
the Antwoord from South Africa. That's what I remember the most.
And there was that Rick Ross song of green Gucci suit.
Yeah.
Then
there was a DJ One D's song also.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I didn't even know she made music, did she?
I didn't know either. But I like the song though.
I just see her as like a visual cultural icon, like Adita Wantis when you see Adita One, and that's it, which is really shallow.
Keisha made a good point. If people like the playlist, Gucci put the tracks on Spotify, which is pretty interesting.
Chanel does that, which is actually kind of good. They have like a lot of white music. That's the only solid thing about the shows. Like, it's like white. Okay, I shouldn't have said it like this, but
that's a
no, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. You're not gonna get cancelled. Don't worry
about it. If Dammy didn't get cancelled yet, you're fine. You're 100% fine.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Where did he go?
I don't know where he went. He just disappeared, didn't he?
Wow.
Oh, I'll have to go soon too, because it's like 3:50 a.m. here.
Oh wow!
And
I'm back. But Giannini has arrived.
Welcome back.
But I loved NY Typical's thoughts. So when he was watching the show, it's actually a really good observation.
Yeah.
Like,
thank you so much for
really
joining,
solid.
though. I really enjoyed like your contributions.
Yeah, same.
Thank you so much for
Yes.
having me.
It was nice meeting you.
Can you put your Instagram in the thing again? Because I never saw it the first time. Unless
He-
someone
Okay.
else.
You already did it.
Yeah.
Do I do it on the chat here or like on the
Yeah,
YouTube one? I'll just.
if you
Do
don't
it.
mind.
Do it on the YouTube one, and I'll put it on the
Oh.
screen.
All right. Okay. Give me a second.
Did you say? Is it scripted? The
Art-
artist.
Art. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, like see that look 34. I need it.
Yeah.
I need it.
I don't know which one it is. I don't
It's,
have
um,
it.
It's that teal suit. Is
Yeah.
it teal? Or, yeah, sort of like green with the Gucci mark. It's really well cut.
It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's really good. Yo, I have a lot to say about this collection tomorrow. I didn't know that I had this much to say. Like when I dig into my.
Oh yeah, you organized. You booked the right for the Voices in Fashion.
Yeah, we're talking about the centennial, though. I didn't know that I had this much to say about the collaboration. Because everybody's been rinsing the collaboration topic, and you were in all the
That's
rooms.
what
Even though-
Assad said. Actually, he said that everyone's going to talk about the Balenciaga collaboration, but there's so obviously in this live stream we went through everything, but like in general, because it's such a big moment. Because
Yeah,
like
it's
when do you see
centennial.
two brands that are supposed to be in competition with each other like that collaborate?
You know when you see it when they need the ding 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 ding.
And when they're owned by the same guy.
Yeah,
like,
was it?
Exactly.
Was it? I think it
Do
was
you think
Susie that said, no, it wasn't Susie, it was another guy. He said, I like it as their GoFundMe. That was so hilarious.
That's funny.
do you think more brands will follow through with these kind of big collaborations? Because
Do you think that they're gonna do that?
Maybe it's weird
I don't
because you
think
know,
so.
like Gucci's a weird brand. They like barely
Yeah.
collaborated. They only had like that Disney collab and like a few others, and then all of a sudden it was like North Face, Balenciaga.
You know what? I think the reason for that is because they said that they're doing only 2 shows per year, like the just fall and spring, so they don't do the resort. So I think the collaborations are the way to make up for
Yeah,
what they gave up. You know?
yeah,
So
that makes a lot of sense.
I'm taking it like that. I could be 100% wrong, but I'm never wrong.
Yo,
Why are you laughing?
that is
Like-
right as well. The same with Hanan. Whenever I say that, I know I'm 100% right about what I said.
Exactly.
Yeah,
No, but I'm serious now. I think that that's the reason because all of a sudden they came out with 101 collaborations, like from North Face to Disney. Was it Disney? I think.
yeah, and Doraemon,
Everything.
which is like huge in the East, and
Yeah, it was just too much. But I think that like they're making it up because like they don't do like resort. They don't do a lot of other stuff. So
but do you?
Go for it. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
so I was going to say, but do you think how are they gonna strategize only 2 collections a year now? Because brands have gone so used to having like a collection every 2 months that the social media is filled with a new narrative every 2 months. So when you have like only 2 collections, no matter how big they are, like how do you fill the narrative for 6 months
True.
without getting it all over the place? Or
do you think they can do what Louis Vuitton do, where they show the same collection in different countries, kind of like a tour? So that kind of keeps the buzz. Like LV will show a collection in Paris and then show the same collection in Shanghai as a runway show. So like, I think brands can kind of do that to keep the buzz.
They did that not so long ago in Singapore, I think.
Yeah,
which was pretty good. I don't know. Like if you're showing me the same collection, you know, it's nothing new at the end of the day.
sure.
You know, you're not presenting me new products. You're not giving me new ideas. You're just like touring the collection. So me personally, I am up for that, but I don't think that it's going to bring them so much buzz as they expect from everybody else. I think from the locations that they visit, it will. But at the end of the day, those are the locations that they care about that bring the most money. So,
do you think in general, if the whole industry goes towards 2 collections again, because the whole industry will be slower, you won't have to have collections all the time to create a buzz, because everyone will just really be focused about the last like set of collections. So I think maybe if more brands go in that direction, it could be better.
I think it's smart from them to go out of the calendar.
Yeah.
Brilliant. You know, like
Because
everybody
they can create their own moments.
Exactly. Like you have at least 2 or 3 days, everybody's talking about your collection. You know, you're not like pushed in. So I'm now questioning the points of fashion weeks, because
But
you know,
wasn't
like,
that a Kering thing? It was Kering that said they were like,
yeah,
all our
Yeah.
brands are off the schedule. Yeah.
so it's pretty smart because it guarantees you like 2 or 3 days of like social media frenzy, which is
Yeah.
perfect, which is pretty smart. I think like smaller brands now at this point will stick to fashion weeks just because you know
They have to stay in schedule.
it is kind of like still like a hype, but we'll see. That's pretty.
Tom Ford
I've
said
got so
recently
much to
that
say about
customers want more newness and that 2 collections aren't enough for the customers' demand. Really? Do customers really want that much newness? I don't really. Well, obviously, I'm not like the customer. To be fair, I'm not rich, so what does my opinion doesn't really mean anything. But
No,
I prefer like, just if you're going to release something, let it be good. If that means you're going to release once, then so be it. If you're going to release twice, so be it. But I just don't like rushed collections because you can always tell.
That's true, though.
Especially resort collections.
I do want the newness. Sorry.
Assad, are all of the images on your gram made by you?
Yeah.
All right,
Like
cool.
almost all. Some of them I've worked with photographers when I was learning photography.
Yeah.
Now I can do it. So
Yeah. What I was gonna say is that there's still a need for scarcity and unobtainability within luxury. The method to of understanding when it comes to like showing all the time came when nobody could see everything everywhere all at once. So you showed multiple times because you needed to be seen multiple times so you can be talked about multiple times. But once you've shown, you now live in multiple places. So the scarcity is no longer within the people that are going to see the news 3 months later. It's in the people that are going to want you back. You get it? So it's not in the they're showing they showed and we don't know where any of the pictures are. Like who did that? It was Hedy, right? For
Yeah.
You went that route. The route that you can obviously go on the other side is, instead of doing that, you can say we're only going to show 2 times a year, and these are the only times you're going to see us, and then you won't hear anything from us. And that is also another way to perpetuate scarcity, because you're missed. You're hungry for more. As
you have to be present. Yeah, you have to be present during the whole year, kind of like to, you know, you have to create just to answer the John's question, Helmut Lang changed the New York schedule, but it was just the order of the way that it goes. You know, before I think it was in 1997, New York went last, so like New York would be accused of copying and stuff. So he said they're going to show first.
Which still holds today, because it's New York, London, Milan, Paris every time.
Yeah.
Correct.
But this whole Jew thing, like what we were discussing right now, it has me wondering, because recently when there was a report in Business of Fashion, I think, or WWD, about a fire that happened in a Valentino shoe factory. And if you read, it says that the factory was churning out 1,200 shoes a day, which is a lot for a luxury brand. So I'm wondering how they're going to space out. Luxury brands are going to space out their exclusivity when their production model is kind of like a fast fashion brand now. You know, they're churning out things by thousands. A lot of it goes as dead stock. A lot of it really ends up not being bought. And so because now you have like this, at least on Twitter, I noticed there's this sort of appreciation for Zara, mainly because Zara has good editorials. And so there is this sort of like people are jumping with fast fashion every 2-3 weeks. And luxury fashion wants a buy out of that, I feel. Like, I think Kering is better than LVMH because LVMH is like hardcore. All their brands are into that at the moment. Like their production, their release is very much like fast fashion. So I don't know if they would do it because I don't know how they would adopt their production also to that kind of a slow capacity.
Now, when you mentioned Zara, isn't Steven Meisel taking right? No wonder they're good.
Yeah, they're really good.
Honestly,
and that check must be huge because fast fashion brands pay more. That check must be huge,
but it pays off. I'm sorry, it pays off.
Yeah,
his pictures are high quality and like it's very high fashion.
Yeah,
so it's brilliant. It's perfect.
I heard that.
Some said, do you think people enjoy the thrill of Fashion Week? I do think people do.
Yeah, I agree.
I definitely think people do. Yeah.
But it's like, it is so, like, even in your video, it is just so super, like, people are fighting for a seat. And
I think people didn't listen to what I was saying in the video. It's not the thrill of wanting to go to a runway show. I love the thrill of going to a runway show. It's the childishness of the people that go there. It's like, I'm not in the front row. I'm going to call the PR because I'm in the second row. It's like, come on. Like, really?
Like if you were fighting for a best row to see the clothes, I would be like, okay, that's fine. That makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're fighting just to be seen, Mary, you have your priorities.
It's like, oh, are you going to the show to be seen or are we going to look at clothes? They should prioritize. You know what I'd love? If they just put like buyers and journalists in the front and then like rich, like crazy people just at the back. Do you know how hilarious that would be? They would never buy,
actually.
They would never buy another collection again. I'll be like, they took me at the back. I'm never buying another piece from this brand ever again.
What a childish approach. And just what you said, like it's people in their 40s and 50s that are fighting for a seat. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. If you're young though, get it how you get it. I love guys that like climb over walls and stuff and drink the designer champagne. That's amazing.
Like when you see those like McQueen shows and like there's like students sitting on the floor, like you see that those kids are there because they want to see fashion.
They love fashion. Yes. Those are the people I love going to the shows, not people that are just there to just like use it as some form of like social capital thing. It's just a bit annoying.
Exactly. It's like that part of fashion like is completely lost. Like even at Margiela shows, you would see like kids and like everybody's like
just like skipping in the middle of the runway.
Exactly. It is so fun. But like no, that's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
John said Steven Meisel makes Zara look like a Vogue editorial from the 90s.
Yeah, true. But it's a good editorial, though. It is a good editorial. You're right. That check must be good.
That check. Wowzers.
No, weren't figures being put like the first Meisel thing that he did like a year and a half ago, I think before pandemic. It was all over Twitter. Well, not all over Twitter, but like on a certain section of high fashion Twitter was talking about some article that claimed that his check was around 1.6 million, which was like, if that's true, that's nuts. But also,
whoa.
He's like, screw Vogue. I'm not worried.
Whoa.
Editorials don't pay. Like,
yeah, they don't. That's why I said brands are always better, especially fast fashion brands. They pay a lot.
Yeah.
Like magazines are broke. Don't get it twisted. Like magazines don't have money. They don't. It's all just like.
If somebody just joined the conversation, they would be like, "Why is the guy in pink sleeping?"
I'm looking at clothes actually. I was looking at the clothes.
But it was the pose where you're like,
Yeah, I was like this, didn't it? You couldn't see me.
Someone said Asad's doing overtime.
Oh my god, it's actually 4:15.
Yeah,
You
just
are
Ramadan,
literally.
innit?
I shouldn't swear, but
Yeah,
should
it's
I?
Ramadan.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine. It was fine.
Crazy.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave now. So I had a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
Nice
Thanks so
meeting
much for coming.
yeah, and I hope you guys have a great time discussing.
Thanks for coming.
You
See you.
too.
you too.
See you when you're in London.
Sure.
Bye.
Wait, did Dami just say see you when you're in London?
Yeah.
Hopefully
That's-
soon. I'm
You're coming,
planning to
right?
visit. Yeah, I'm planning to visit in September. So
Yeah. See you in London.
That would be great.
see.
You're great.
Bye,
All
dude.
right. See you later.
Bye, man.
Bye.
And that was
He's
3.
got great work. Have you guys seen his work? He's got great work.
Yeah, I'm gonna go through his work after I stream.
Yeah, you see these suits, yeah. I understand Panboy now.
What did Panboy say? Because I
Panboy
didn't. I
loves
don't. He loves the what?
He loves these Gucci suits.
Oh,
Dude, I have to do a review tonight on the Gucci, and I'm like already stressed about it.
why?
Yeah.
Because like
Maybe, hopefully, this helped because there's
It-
more
it did.
points that you. Yeah.
it did, but it's the when I do reviews, and I love people that like that are on my social media. Everybody comments, and then tomorrow morning when I wake up, I swear to God, like today I had to answer around like 85 messages.
Yeah, that's. Do you know something? I've stopped putting certain things on my story for that reason. Like, if I ask a question on my story,
Yeah.
at first it's because I genuinely want to know people's opinions. Like, I'll be like, "What do you guys think about this collection?" But after about 100 messages, I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have asked this question.
I'm like, but you know what? Like, I do it so often that at this point I don't mind it. Like it's today it was like 85 messages and then like 15 requests, and I'm like, I go through them and I dedicate like the time and everything, but it gets long.
Yeah,
And like
this
it's
is
just
tough.
gonna get bigger and bigger. So, but I like doing those reviews. It makes people laugh.
You're only following 300 people.
Who?
You're an influencer, fam.
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, I follow everybody on my personal account.
Wait, you have a personal account.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'll send you my thing in the messages.
I actually never knew you had a personal account.
So
Unless-
we should probably end the stream soon so we can give like closing takes. So Dami, do you want to go first?
Yeah, like I've seen the list of the collection. Like I'm still gathering my thoughts. Like there's so many references here that I'm looking at. It's crazy. I'm sure all of you went through them. But no, it's a stunning collection. Like they literally did outstanding. It's actually quite beautiful. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I didn't think that I'd like it as much as I do because I don't. Like Gucci's not my taste. Like
Yeah.
up there, but yeah, like I don't know what everybody else is saying about it, but I love the hell out of this.
I think general consensus is most people like it from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
At
Then.
least.
Yeah.
But by the way, people are calling you Pablo Escobar of Clubhouse.
Yo,
That's hilarious.
not
Okay.
famous on Clubhouse.
Night famous in Clubhouse.
Okay. But
That's hilarious. Yeah, Hannon, what's your closing remark on the Gucci collection?
To be honest, I was kind of worried what they're gonna, it's two big brands. We haven't seen this before. I was worried how it's gonna go. I was more pessimistic, I have to say, but yes, my God, yes, this was. I don't say this a lot about a lot of shows, but this is the show that we're going to remember for a while.
Sure.
Because 100 years collaboration for it. The energy, the video, the clothes. It was done so well thought of. It was like a perfect balance. Like Balenciaga did not overshadow Gucci, and that was super smart the way that they came up with the whole thing. The energy at the end, the video was just so good. The runway was so good. For me, it was such a huge a standing ovation at this point. Honestly, like this is we don't get a lot of shows like this. That's the thing, and I think we're going to be hearing about this show for a very long time. Honestly.
Yeah.
And sorry to interrupt you. And
no, that's fine.
Product wise, extremely sellable. It's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off.
Definitely.
It's gonna pay off perfectly. And Caring, from what I understand, hasn't been going through very good financial quarter. So they do need to. It's very product oriented, but the product is good and it has a lot of meaning. So I'm 100% yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think,
what do you think?
For me, fashion has just been so slow recently, mainly because of COVID. And so when you get moments like this, you always kind of have to, appreciate it. Because there haven't been many shows really that have given us serious moments. And I just like everything about it, even apart from the designs. Obviously, the ode to Gucci. I love collections that are so thoughtful. Obviously, it being a 100-year anniversary collection, that I had to go back and read stuff and look at Gucci and look at Tom Ford's work and see where the similarities are, or Frida Giannini and stuff like that. So I really like that. It really clothing that makes you think or makes you look at the past or look back. So I really like it. I like kind of like the mismatch of like the music and the clothing. That was quite hilarious and another talking point. And just general, I'm like an Alessandro Michele supporter. I wouldn't say like fanboy, but definitely a supporter. So yeah, those are my thoughts on the collection.
He's 20. No, he's 40 something. He's been
20. I was like,
oh, is he?
No, he's definitely not in his 20s.
Yeah, he's 40. I was saying he's been in the industry 26 years.
Okay, when he's 40, you know what? I hate hearing when somebody like does well and they're younger than me.
Yeah, like no, because I obviously
How do
knew
you
that
feel
he
like
was
that?
super old.
I want to admit
But
it.
that's fun fact. That is actually how I read his biography. It was like 26 years, and I thought it was gonna say old, but it was like working in the industry. So
yeah, he looks young for his age though, which is really good.
True.
yeah,
That's
so
true.
it's like he started like when he was like 24 or something. So I think
No, but like the whole thing, like like putting 100 years of a brand in one collection is a huge task.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great, just great. So.
Yeah, but yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and watching. I'll leave it a rare stream that I'm going to leave up, so you guys can watch it back if you want.
Damn, you did not wear this pink hoodie.
And don't forget that my magazine is launching on the 29th of May. And last thing I have to say is that has been me, Damilare, from nytypical.net. And I'll speak to you guys later.
Perfect. Bye, everybody.